I was in a personal work before I went to my first regression session, but I still had the same problems, and this was very, very annoying. And me as a person looking for a really effective method, it was not satisfying. I didn't want to experience my relationship problems and problems with my parents again and again and again. So I was in search of a method which really can help people to something, to take problems away, and this was the one. So my life and my relationships changed a lot after even the first regression sessions. I had long depressed periods before that, but my depression, it was totally gone after the first sessions. I was more optimistic, and some months later, after my first sessions, when I tried to remember what those problems were, I couldn't remember them.
One day at a swim meet for my son, I was hit by lightning and was in pretty bad shape. I survived it. Most people don't. But I had a number of physical problems and memory loss and some fears from it. I couldn't work for months. And it was regression therapy that helped me do two things, really. One was process the trauma that was lodged in the body, because I had severe neck and back pain. And it was really the resistance, the fighting against the electrocution and the convulsions that caused it to really be stuck in my body. So a somatic regression helped release that. But it was in that regression as well that I remembered that dead time, the time that I was out of body and what we call dead, where I had a really profound experience of meeting guides, of experiencing what most of us hold as a altruistic concept, unconditional love, really feeling it, experiencing it. I'd read about concept of oneness and it makes sense to me, but in those moments I experienced it in my being of being one with all things and yet having some sense of self. And I think that in that sense regression therapy really saved my life and woke me up to the possibilities that existed in this approach.
Yeah, well, that was this first session, which was a very special one, and it was about something during my youth. I almost forgot that it happened. It was about something which happened between my parents, and I was there and felt very insecure at that moment. And so in this regression therapy we went to that moment and to that experience and to all the emotions around that. I had to cry, I had to do things with my anger, and also there was also this energy work, you know, that there happened a lot, and it gave such a relief, it gave such an insight in the situation as a child, and also it gave me lots of positive feeling for my parents. So it's not that you make everything, you know, positive. No way. And you may see many many negative things, but also positive things, and you get some more balance between the two. And for example, my parents died, both of them, so they're not there anymore to discuss this with them. And so you could think that was in the past and it's not that important anymore. But this experience, what we worked through, was still influencing me. And so by getting this insight, I could lose that yeah, how you call it, that weight on your back, on your shoulders, and you can change things in your actual life at this moment.
Actually, I decided to work into my issues with my father. I had a difficult childhood because of the relationship with my father. It wasn't very nice. I saw myself as a kid in my home and I was really sad. And in that moment, the therapist said to me, "Okay, how you feel?" I said, "I feel horrible because my father doesn't care about me." So he said, "Okay, and how is your father feeling?" And he made me go into my father's mind. So we changed the role. And I really needed to understand him, but I never had contact with him anymore. So that session gave me the chance to understand my father. The beautiful thing was that that same day I was walking back home in the joy of this feeling that this session gave to me, this feeling of peacefulness and being calm and everything nice. And suddenly I got an SMS on my mobile phone from my father. And that happened after I forgave him in a regression therapy session. It really changed my life.
In fact, everything you encounter during life, every hiccup, every small or more serious thing that you really are fed up with, I would say, try to get a session, and you will be amazed about the effect. Yeah, I think that would be my recommendation. So don't be too harsh, too strict on yourself. So see it as a possibility, as a challenge, as an opportunity to face this sort of thing in a different way. And so just try.